Hello, my name is Eric. I'm the guy from Monkey on Two Wheels and I'm actually cycling around the world. Last year I cycled about 15,500 kilometers from Germany to Thailand and I was using Ortlieb panniers, which worked overall kind of quite well, but one hook broke and because I touched once accidentally ungently the ground, I had a few holes in my fabrics on the panniers itself, so they were not really waterproof anymore. And once I touched a metal pole in Iran with one of my front panniers, so the whole attachment system broke off from the bag and I was not able to repair it anymore. This made me thinking that I would love to have some more strong, some more sturdy panniers, which are more reliable, maybe more tough and maybe with metal hooks. So I ended up writing an email to a company which is called Arkel and based in Canada. Arkel is creating some really high quality panniers with metal hooks. That's insane, eh? So this is exactly what I wanted to have. So this video is not about durability or anything, it's just about to give you an impression about what these Arkel bags are like, just to make it easier for you to get a proper idea about those panniers. So what we've got here is a full set of touring panniers. So what we've got here is the Arkel Handlebar bag large. There come in two options, large and small. I chose the large one. This is one of my rear panniers and this is the Arkel bug. It's not waterproof, water resistant just, but I will talk about this later. It's a convertible pannier slash backpack. So you have straps underneath here and so on. I'm using this for commuting right now, but let's talk about this later. Another rear bag is this one. It's the Arkel Dolphin 48. Well, this is just, they usually come in a pair, which would be 48 liters. But since I'm using just a single one, this is just 24 liters. And in front, I'm using the Arkel Orca 35, two of them. So each of them has 17.5 liters of volume. So let's talk about them in detail. Okay. Alright, so let's talk about the handlebar bag first. This one is the Arkel Handlebar bag large. So we have Cordura fabric, which is very water resistant and very strong. It's impossible to rip it in two parts. And the top is laminated on the inner side, so the top is entirely waterproof and there is a plastic shield inside here which keeps it in shape. And on top of the top you have this little plastic thingy, transparent, where you can put in your map. So this is attached with some Velcro. So, and inside there is this thing, I don't know what's the name of it, I don't even know it in German. Yeah, but basically it makes it completely waterproof, watertight, so you can put in your map and you can read your map without worrying about that your map would get wet. As I said, the fabric is Cordura, the top is waterproof, while the box itself is only water resistant. So in a row of days of heavy rain it would soak through, but Arkel isn't dumb, they're not stupid, so they put in a yellow liner in here which is waterproof. Even though this gets wet all and soaks through, this will stay dry. So you don't need to worry about your items that they would get wet. It's with a metal or a plastic cage, so it stays in shape and it's just strong. The zipper is a watertight zipper from whihc, so high standard, and it won't come any rain through, so this is safe. On the front you're having this extra compartment which is quite big. You can put in an A4, thin A4 paper, like 3 times folded inside here without any problems. Just by this size, and here this is like very wide, so I guess you can put in a lot of stuff in here, which I really like. And the mounting system is very simple, very strong, and very different from all the others. So this is basically 2 metal rails, so you can untie or you can tie these screws and you can move this from left to the right, so you can adjust to the perfect position on your handlebar. and then you just, this goes on your handlebar and you just slide it in here and it stays like this, and if you want to remove it, there is this little lever which you just push and then you can take it off. So it's very simple, and one thing I probably won't use at all is this. I don't know what that's really for, probably to hide your mounting system, but I guess I will never do it, so once it's in this position, it stays in this position, and it's just like a flap that covers it. I don't know. Probably it has some purpose, but I don't know yet. And of course, it also has a strap, a shoulder strap, so if you go to a supermarket or somewhere and you need to carry your stuff, your valuables, I'm carrying my camera inside here and my wallet and all that stuff, passport, so this is always going with me, so I can just use the strap and go. And on these sides, you're having mesh pockets on each side. You can just put in everything here. You can put in an apple, chocolate, whatever, anything. That's the handlebar bag large from Arkel, so I hope this helps for you to get an idea. So what we've got here are my front panniers. These are Arkel Orca 35, so each of these has 17.5 liters, and this is kind of the size between the Ortlieb front and rear panniers. So while the front panniers from Ortlieb, they have about each, I guess, 12 about, and the rear pannier has about 21, the standard rear pannier. They have 17.5, so this is kind of in between, and it's like perfect for me at least. So the mounting system is made out of aluminium, of metal, which is quite cool. So these hooks are aluminium, here, aluminium, and inside is kind of, they're covered with plastic so they won't scratch your rack. And this rail, which you see here, is made out of aluminium. And here is a little screw which you can open or you can close it, then you can just move it around like this. So that's easy, and then if you like it, you just screw it and it stays in position like that. I just open this and close this. So, and while Ortlieb has this kind of a hook, this one works different. So it's basically just a strap that is attached to them, and they are attached to a pivot. So if I would pull on this, it goes around, and once I'm in this position, I can just put it inside the rack, or I can attach it to the rack, and then if I lose it, this one goes up and it makes it tight. So, and if I want to release it, I just pull on it again and it's free like a bird. On the Ortlieb, you would have now like this elliptic thing where you can move this plastic hook around to adapt to your rack. The Arkel works a bit different. You would have this bungee cord and a hook which you can move from here to here or whatever, and you just hook it underneath the rack so it stays in position, and you see that's the idea. So it stays in position just like that. Very simple, very efficient, and easy to repair in case something happens. You can do this on your own. That's amazing. The closing system works a bit different from the Ortlieb. On the front side you have the flap outside, and on the rear you have the flap inside. So what you do is you just move the rear flap over the front flap, flap, and then you roll it back. And you see already, I just made like 1-2 rolls and it's already super tight. There's no air coming out, so it's like, that's amazing. It's very good. Those ones, they are working a tiny bit different from the Ortlieb. So here you have on top, you have 2 female ones, while the male ones are on the sides, on the bottom. And I enjoy this version actually much more. So you just click it in and then you can just adjust it. On the Ortlieb you have this thing which goes around here, or you can make it like this, but I guess that's just the best way. And you have some D-rings here, and how you call them again? Straps, right? You have some straps here to attach a light or whatever. And on front you're having this small extra pouch with a zipper, watertight zipper. They're basically waterproof from the top, but on the bottom there are tiny holes in case you would forget to close this and here would go water inside, so you would build up a little aquarium. So they made this tiny hole so water can leave or can escape from this. And yeah, and inside these bags you're having this extra compartment which just helps you to organize your stuff, to put in documents, some flat stuff, some tools or whatever. So yeah, these are the Arkel Orca 35, 17.5 each, and yeah, these are my front panniers. Let's move on to the Arkel Bug, which is probably my favorite for now. This is one of my rear panniers. So what you've got here is not just a pannier, this is a pannier slash backpack. So the same system here, but underneath this, so you can basically take off this, you can hide this in here, and you just put this inside here, so it's like a bit hidden. You can just unzip these sides, and here are some hidden straps, shoulder straps, so you can turn it into a backpack into a couple of seconds. And then you're good to go to just swap from being a cyclist to a pedestrian. The loading capacity is about 25 liters. Pretty smart design just. So you would have like a few major compartments. This one is the major compartment. It's on the front, so you can open it entirely and fill in everything. Furthermore, you're having this plastic shield here which keeps it in shape, and you have this sliding compartment where you can put in documents or a notebook or whatever. Then you have some more sliding compartments here to keep it just more organized. The zipper is a very thick one. It's a whihc and they're very strong, so they will last forever. So the second major compartment is this one. So I'm having right now my rain jacket inside here, rain jacket and rain pants. And when they would think like, this maybe like from here down to here. No. It's all the way down to here. So it's a very long, narrow funnel-like compartment where you can put in probably even a tent. And here is a small hook inside where you can attach your key. Furthermore, in the front of the front, you are having this small compartment which would take your wallet or your keys or whatever, something small. Also, you have this crazy thing. This is actually supposed to carry your bicycle helmet, but I went last weekend to visit some friends, and I used this backpack pannier thing on my bicycle, and I put in my mandolin here. So you can carry pretty much everything. Hidden underneath here you have this sliding compartment which is supposed to be for your lock, for your bicycle lock. And on these sides you're having these mesh pockets where I don't really know if you can put in really a bottle, because if you would load this really like full, I think there's not much space. So I think that the purpose of those are not really for bottles, but you can put in everything for quick access or whatever. You will find something that would fit in there, trust me. The only downside of this bag is that this one isn't actually waterproof by itself, so all the stitching lines and all the zippers, water will come through, but for me this isn't really a downside, because I'm actually more than happy to exchange the waterproof feature against versatility. So I'm having now a pannier which is a backpack and has so many compartments, which comes really handy for me. So this is the Arkel Bug, one of my rear panniers. So let's move on and let's have a look to the Arkel Dolphin pannier. So they are actually sold as a pair, Arkel Dolphin 48 or 48 liter, because I'm just using one, so this 24 liter, and this bag is waterproof again. It's absolutely waterproof, and it has 3 major compartments, I would say. So the major compartment here is this one, which is quite big, it takes a lot of stuff. The closing system again is like the Orcas. You have like in front, you have this flap here, and on the rear you have the flap inside, and you move again the rear flap over the front flap, and then you roll it back until it's watertight. So it's like that, and then you just click in those clippers here on the sides, which are on the same position as on the Orcas. On the front, we're having an extra compartment which has probably about 4 to 5 liter. I can put in here my sleeping bag. I'm using a Cumulus Dynamic Zip, so this fits in here perfectly, and I even put a bit of this black stuff here inside to make it a bit more full, because the sleeping bag is not really enough. Here's my sleeping bag. So when you close it, it's the same system as always. You put the rear flap over the front flap, and then you just fold it back and you roll it until it's tight, and you click it on these sides as well like before, and zack. And one of the coolest features of these bags is that between the major compartment and the front compartment is a gap where you can put in stuff. So you can just go in here, you can put in wet clothes or whatever, and down here is a little hole where you can see my finger, right? So in case it would rain and water would go inside here, it could escape here and you wouldn't start to collect water like a riding swimming pool. On the rear side, we're having this big, strong back plate, which basically keeps this safe. There's no rubbing from the fabric against the rack, and the system here is again quite simple and nice camlock system with metal hooks which are covered on the bottom with plastic, and this metal rail where you can move them around, and this funny pivot system, and again the bungee cord, which is so on the sides you're having water bottle pouches which are much bigger than on the Arkel bug, so here you can actually really put a big water bottle inside. And you have these reflective Arkel logo things, some stripes reflecting, so for your safety on the road. Yeah, that's the Arkel Dolphin, 24 liter in a pair, 48 liter, and this is one of my rear bags. So this is going to be my new bicycle touring Panniers setup from Arkel, and I'm curious how long they will last, how durable and how reliable they actually are. They feel really strong, they are really well made, and I'm really convinced that these metal hooks and all the fabrics, they will last forever. So let's see how they will perform. I was cycling around the world for 3.5 years more, so I will definitely test them on a long-term journey, and I will update kind of how they are, how they're working, how they perform every couple of years. So I'm looking forward, so let's see. Well then, goodbye, see you soon, and auf Wiedersehen, as we say in Germany. Cheers!